Well, this video is about the Blazar Remus Anamorphic lenses and close focus. Now, the Blazar Remus lenses haven't got such a good close focus. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some diopters on them, and we're going to see how close we can get with different powers of diopters. So we can use the anamorphic lenses, the Blazar Remus lenses, for detail work or close-up work where we normally can't. And we're going to do a comparison with using the 45mm one only, because that's the widest lens. So you want to be able to get close. So I've actually filming now with the +1 diopter on. So the +1 gives you quite a broad focus. So why I've done this is it actually helps get the background more out of focus and giving you more of that waterfall look. So if you're doing a talking headshot like this, you can put your diopter on, still focus it. It'll actually focus even further back, and you can increase the amount of anamorphic look that you're getting in the background. So that's one of the advantages if you want to use it in that format. But what we're also going to do is we're going to do some detailed shots of the lenses that are sitting over there on the box, and we're going to compare no diopters with the closest focus, and then the +1 diopter, the +2 diopter, and the +4 diopter. And they are Hoya filters that I've bought. Not too expensive, worked out about $120, $130 Aussie. So that's what they were worth. So let's just jump over and have a look at the lenses with the +1 on, and we can see here that we're going to be moving across the screen. So we can see also the distortion at the side of the screens. So as the distortion comes near the edge, you'll be able to see the squash. Now, if you don't like that, as I said in my previous video, you can chop that out when you do your cropping. You can just take a little bit off the side, because as you get right near the edge, the distortion gets very strong. So if you had some subject, or you had a subject on the corner that was the main subject in the video or in your story or in your film, and these lenses you are going, look, that's going to affect the subject, then you just need to trim a little bit off the side and work that into your way you're using your lenses. So that's with the +1. Now we're going to go to the +2. Now the +2 gets you a little bit closer. It does give you a bigger focus range, and you can get a bit closer. And this is still with the 45mm lens on at, I think it was wide open. I was shooting with it at T2. And then we can see the distortion at the edges with that lens and that diopter on. Then what we're going to do is now we're going to go to the +4. Now the +4, the focal plane's very, very thin. It's actually pretty hard to even get the whole Blazar name on the lens in focus, but it's pretty strong and you can get pretty close. You can stop down, that's with it wide open, but if you stop down, obviously you're going to increase your depth of field. So you could probably shoot at like T4 or T5.6 or something like that, and that would look really good with the +4 on. So that's what we're doing there, and we're moving across the screen so you can see the distortion as well with the +4 on. Now, we've got a light in the background. I haven't got the light at this point in time facing into the lens, so we're getting no flares. Even though that light, you can actually see it. It's not completely off the facing. You can see into the cone of the light. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over there and I'm going to point it into the camera, and we're going to see how the flares come across the top, and you'll get a reflection. But I'm going to put it in, force it into the lens, not that strong, or not turning the light up that strong, and you'll see how the flare is very soft and it also doesn't take on much color. So let's just do that first, and then we can go and see how that works. Well, as you can see, I've got the light pointing directly into the camera. I've got it quite low, and you can see how the streak almost seems like it's not there. It's very, very pale. and the color of the amber doesn't really come into it. Now, I'll go and turn it up, and you'll see how that there'll be a reflection. Another one that will drop down under my chin, and I'll also like pop it in and out like this from my head. So you can see as I swing like this, how the flare comes in and out. So let's just turn that up so we can see how the flaring works. Now, as you can see now, we've also got another reflection of the lens around about here, just under my chin. So you can see that, and you can see now the color of the amber starting to come in. But if I move over here and I'll block it, you can see how you can have the flare popping in and out as you move, if you like that sort of look. So that's what the anamorphic lenses can give you with having a light behind, and how you can control the flare and control the amount of flare that you're getting. So that's it for the video. I hope you like and you can kind of see is it worth for you to invest in diopters, so you can see the effect that you get with the diopters, how close you can get. I think they're quite good. And I even starting to believe as well with the +1 on, especially for a talking head video like this, I think it actually makes the lens a little bit sharper, believe it or not. So you can make comparisons there and see what you think, see if you think it's pretty sharp. Anyway, guys, that's where I'm going to leave it. Hope you liked the video, and I'll see you next vid.